her blue is not in her.
Record on this computer. Good. Okay, we're recording the session. Our topic for today would be about module number 2. We'll clear the drawings. Make sure you're not drawing something, okay? Quarter 1, module number 2. Again, we're recording the session and this will be uploaded on our channel, on YouTube channel, on our YouTube channel, so that the students who would not be able to be with us would be able to go along with our pace, okay? At the time of their convenience to connect with the internet. So quarter 1, module 2, identifying the genre, purpose, intended audience, and features of viewing text. This is for grade 7, quarter 1, module number 2. Okay, let's go to the part that we need to study. What I need to know. This was designed and written with you in mind. It is here to help you master the genres. When you say genres, different genres, we'll be covering what are those genres later. The purpose, the intended audience, and the features of viewing text. The scope of this module permits it to be used in many different learning situations, and the language used recognizes the diverse vocabulary level of students. The lessons are arranged to follow the standard sequence of the course. After we go through this module, you're expected to be able to do the following. You will be able to distinguish between different genres of viewing text in terms of their features. You will be able to identify the genre of a viewing text, to infer the purpose of a viewing text, and to determine the intended audience of a viewing text. So let's go here. Choose the... Pag sinabi ninyong genre, ano ba yung pumapasok sa isipan ninyo? Chris Palmos. Chris? Ano yung genre? What comes into your mind? Wala siyang microphone. How about si Peyton? Batol.
Yes, sir.
When you hear about genre, what comes into your mind?
Movie and songs, music.
Okay, like the different forms of literary texts, like songs and poems. Songs are actually poems, and poem is a genre of a literary work. Actually, that's good. There's a plethora of genres that we have, like a short story, a poem, um, an essay. So there are many genres, diba? Okay, so let's go now to the next part. Choose a letter of the best answer. Which of the following viewing text is informational? Ang informational, guys, wait lang. Why do we have that? Ang informational is different with informative. You need to remember that. So for this part, we'll be answering this later. Which of the following viewing text is informational? For you, if I would ask you, do you know? So, for this part, this is intended for you to answer this after we go over the lesson. Okay? So that part, for this part, the part of what I know, it's intended for you to answer after the topic. But basically, we'll just cover the information that is within this topic. What's in? Before we start identifying the genre, meaning to say when you identify the genre, you're viewing a text and you get to identify its genre. You will identify also its purpose, its intended audience. When you say intended audience, to whom it is intended to be watched for or to be read for, and features of viewing text. It might help to review the difference between fiction and nonfiction. When you say fiction, people, this refers to a work of mind, like just some parang a made up story, parang ganon. Yung ano, out of one's imagination, created out of one's imagination. That's a work of fiction. 'Di ba when you go to the bookstore, you see a section there of fiction. And when you go to the section of the fiction, you see novels that are created out of one's mind. Narnia, for one, is also a work of fiction. Ba? However, nonfiction is the other way around. When you say nonfiction, these are references like, for example, almanac, encyclopedia. These are information that are actually factual or empirical. When you say empirical, these are scientific. Are we clear on that? If it's guys, if you can show yourselves to the camera, it would be way better so that I would know that you're with us, okay? That you're listening. Kasi maybe you're just like making us a podcast now. Like you're just like putting your speaker on a loud one, tapos you're just like listening. So we hope you're sitting with us by now. And if ever you have questions, just please do raise those questions as well as we go through this topic. Okay? Knowing the difference between these two categories will aid you in distinguishing between various genres and types of videos later on. Do you still remember your lesson on real versus make-believe images? Yung real versus make-believe images, this is being taught for grade 5 students. I don't know if your fifth grade English teacher was able to teach you that. However, yung real and make-believe, pag real, it relates with non-fiction. Yung make-believe, it relates with fiction. Di ba yung mga make-believe images, this includes yung mga unicorn, yung mga leprechaun, yung mga images that really are not real, di ba? Or when you look at those things, it's not things that you see in real life. However, on the other side, for real images, these are images you see in real or actual life. Are we clear with that? Christopher, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes po.
Oh, that's good then. Okay. So are we clear with the difference of fiction and non-fiction, real and make-believe images?
Yes po.
Christopher. Okay. Again,
Yes, sir.
I'm your English teacher, and so it's best for us to speak in English in class, and for me as well to speak in English as I cover the topic. If ever you have questions, I would like to reiterate, you're allowed to raise it. It's either by you raising your your hands through the Zoom platform or by voicing out your question. Pag walang marinig, guys, tell them to sorry, to leave the chat, to leave the Zoom, tapos rejoin. Please tell them. Chris, Asi, wait, pag walang marinig, labas, then pasok ulit kayo. Okay, let's go. Okay. Uh, with reference to stories, let's play a game now using Philippine television shows. Okay, first guess the title of each show using the clues given, then classify it as fiction or non-fiction. Okay. So dito, halimbawa, meron tayong show. Ano yung number one na show? Born to be Wild. Di ba mga show yan? Yung images. Yung Born to be Wild, fiction ba yan or non-fiction?
Sir, naririnig niyo na po ako?
Yes, clearly.
Ayun na po na bumalik po ako ulit.
Ganun yun, guys. If you cannot hear the people within the chat room, labas kayo, then enter again. And by so doing, you'll be able to hear people. Guys, number one is Born to be Wild. Diba we are featuring real animals there? So Born to be Wild. So what is that? Fiction ba yan? Work of fiction or non-fiction?
Non-fiction po.
Non-fiction. And they show images that are real. Hindi yan, yung make-believe images. Real images yan. Number two, anong show to? Guys.
White flower, sir.
Ha? Anong show yan?
Sir,
Yes.
white flower.
Bakit siya white flower? Ano? White flower? Wild flower?
Wild po.
Wild? Wild flower? Wild flower ba? Who's answering? May kausap ba ako, guys? Who's answering? What's the show for number two, people? Anong show to? Number two. Guys. Anong show to, guys?
Sir, ipaglaban mo, sir.
Are you sure? Ipaglaban mo yan? Ipaglaban mo. O kaya pala may nakaturo sa sarili.
Court po.
Ano daw? Ano to? Based on real life stories or hindi?
Based on real life stories
O
po.
pag real life stories, ano yan? Non-fiction, and at the same time, yung makikita mo dyan ay real images. Are we clear with that, people? Okay, number
Yes,
three.
sir.
Ano yung three?
Yes, sir.
Guys, anong show?
Wildflower po.
Wildflower. Ano yung wildflower? Can you tell something about the wildflower? I am not really particular. I'm not really familiar with it. Can you share anong pinipicture sa wildflower? Guys, may napanood ba kayong episode ng Wildflower? Anong
Opo, sir. Yung sa TV,
ano
sir.
yung story about? Real ba yun or made up of one's mind?
Made
lang
up of
po,
one's
sir. So,
mind po.
Okay, so pag ganun, pag gawa-gawa lang siya out of one's imagination, ano yon? Fiction yon, okay? Fiction. Tapos, ang mga images kasi pag real or make believe, I will tell you nakikita niyo yung heart na to. Yung heart na to, 'di ba, drawing lang siya. Pag ganyan yung depiction, make believe. Pero yung real heart na pag pinakita, real yon. Okay? Yung mga 2D images, yun din ay mga make believe images. Okay? Good tayo. Let's go to number 4. Ano yung 4? Reporter's notebook, o 'di ba? Pag reporter's notebook, 'di ba ano 'yon? Real stories yung pinipicture doon. So non-fiction 'yon. Okay, tapos mga totoong tao yung pinapakita doon. So real images. Ano to? On
On
the
the wings of
on
love
the wings
po.
of love. Okay. Yung On the Wings of Love, 'di ba ano lang 'yon? Fictitious. So work of fiction 'yon, gawa-gawa lang. Pero pag ang story ay real, hindi, dapat actual. Kasi kapag yung story kasi kinopya na, medyo nagbabago rin yun eh. In a way, hindi na siya nagiging pure real talaga or pure non-fiction. Si Mark Daniel, pag walang marinig, labas, then pasok. Ganon ginawa ni Chris, di ba? Chris Ezekiel, nandyan ka na ba?
Opo, sir. Nandito na po.
Lumabas ka kanina, then bumalik ka, right?
Opo, okay na po.
Tapos may narinig ka na.
Opo, maririnig ko na po.
O ganun gagawin. Pag walang marinig, labas din pasok. Okay? Let's go to the next part. What's new? Can you unscramble these letters to form the words? A definition for each word is given as a hint. Okay. If you find it challenging, pag nahihirapan kayo, don't worry. You will encounter these terms in our discussion of the lesson. Why don't you give it a try? Oh, number 1. Ano yung number 1?
Informational po.
Okay, informational yung text if the purpose of the videos is to inform the viewers. Actually, iba, guys, magkaiba pa ang informational sa informative. Yeah, remember that kasi I wrote a lesson about this before. And I differentiated informational and informative text. Yung informative text kasi, like for example, you read an article about COVID-19, that's an informative text. But when you encounter an informational is a different text. That I cannot recall, but I featured that in one of the videos that I created for the YouTube channel that we have. Are you watching the videos on the YouTube channel that we have? Yung sa
Yes, sir.
channel? Anong
Yes,
number
sir.
na kayo? What number are you
42.
watching?
42.
Wala pa na 42. So sino yung nagsabi ng 42?
Me po, sir.
Anong name?
Kisha po.
Marami ka na bang natutunan doon?
Madami na po.
Okay, so what more if you'll be able to reach 100 plus? Kasi lahat ng lessons sa English, actually, na-discuss na doon. So I am telling you to please watch those videos kasi that would really help you, especially if you have an internet connection at home. Kisha is now on 40-second video, di ba? Who else are watching the video? Sino pa? Wala nang nanonood ng video? Guys, naririnig ba ako? Jasmine, are you watching also on the channel?
Opo.
What number are you now? Hello? May kausap ba ako? Palmos, what number are you? Are you watching also? Palmos.
Yes, sir.
Oh, what number are you now then?
Wala, ano pa lang, sir. Nasa number 15 pa lang po.
Oh, so, your goal is to watch all those videos kasi that would really help you. Are we clear with that? Grade 7 matapat?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Po.
Let's go to the next
Yes,
one.
sir.
Number 2, Videos which the purpose is to amuse the viewers. So, ano to?
Entertainment po.
Entertainment. Pero, okay. Entertaining videos, okay? Next, if the purpose is to persuade the viewers, ano yon?
Creative.
Persuasive, very good. Kasi ang persuasive, it's the other term for persuasion. Pag sinabi niyong persuasion, or if I were to persuade you, I am to convince you, or I will convince you. Next tayo, people, news report that comes in while a program is on air. Ano yun?
News flash po.
Flash news, di ba? Yung parang pumapasok bigla. Flash news. Are we clear with that? Next, a short part of a movie similar to an excerpt. Movie, clip. Short part of a movie. Di ba?
Movie clip po.
Oh, movie clip. Good. Next, a short advertisement for a movie. Ano yun? Trailer. Di ba? Have you seen a trailer? Di ba parang the entire movie is too long. When you see the trailer, it's just like it summarizes the entire one. There are some trailers that would summarize the entire film, but there are also trailers that would also like be different with the actual film. Parang it's a way for the marketing of a movie for them to attract viewers. Are we clear with that? Next, we go to this one, a product advertisement. What do we call on that? Grade 7.
Commercial.
Very good, commercial. In a commercial, they are telling you to buy something. Next tayo, short video that visualizes a song.
Music video po.
Video, a factual narrative film without actors is documentary. Narrative siya. Pag narrative, it shares a story, di ba? Okay. Tapos, the expected viewers of a video.
Intended audience.
Intended audience. Like for example, di ba, you have like for example a video. Like the videos that I have for my channel, for instance, with the kind of videos that I upload, the intended audience for that would be students kasi they're intended to study, and the topics that I feature on our channel are topics that we feature in school. So, in the school, so the intended audience are students. The genres of viewing text and their features. The genres of viewing text are categories characterized by similarities in features. There are a number of these genres and they come in the form of videos. A video is a general term that refers to recorded moving images that are usually accompanied by sound and other effects. Under each genre daw, there are several types, but we can only discuss so much in this one. We will focus, go on mute if you're like not, ayan. We will focus on some of them with which you may be already familiar. We will describe them in terms of their features, and these features can help you identify the genre and the type of a particular viewing text. Informational yung text kapag kayong videos inform us with news, documentaries, and other video types that give factual information. Halimbawa, yung news. It's perhaps the most unmistakable type of informational videos as it presents facts about a recent event. Ibig sabihin, pag recent, bago lang na nangyari. It makes use of a direct-to-the-point account of events and facts. So, straight na facts ang kino-cover natin dito. So, a news report is kept short. Actually, okay. A news flash or breaking news is a report of events or updates that are coming in while a program or show is on air. So, may kita ninyo yung language ng news, di ba? It's straightforward and it presents facts. Parang less of opinion and less of personal view. Parang more of like what happened in real life, okay? Or in reality. Documentary naman, it's a factual narrative film without actors. It's typically a journalistic record of an event, person, or a place. And documentaries are made to inspire social, environmental, or inner change. A social or environmental issue or message is a center by documentary. Other features of documentaries include interviews to present facts about the subject, photographs that will convey emotions and help tell the story. So filming of whatever things that the subject is doing or whatever is happening to him or her. Filming behind the scenes or the making of the documentary itself, and all photographs and videos about the subject archive. Ano yung mga sample ng documentary natin? We can look here. So when you go to YouTube, you can just type, remove the drawing. Okay, good. Pwede kayong maglagay dito ng documentary and then Philippines. So may kita, usually yung mga yung mga documentaries that we have in the Philippines, ayan. So, ito, mga documentaries, ito. Okay, these are narratives of people. These are stories of people. Diba? Okay, so you would know more about documentaries. Okay, let's go to the next part. Entertainment. These videos provide amusement for the viewers in the form of stories, music, and other artistic presentation. So basically, it entertains. So you get entertained. Movie or feature film. It's one of the most common types under this genre. It features a story and typically between 80 and 180 minutes. 80 is 1 hour and 20 minutes. 180 minutes is 3 hours. However, you need to know, people, that there are also films na very short. Actually, there's like 1 minute short film. Like for example, nakita na ba kayo ng mga 1 minute short film, people?
Yes, sir.
So parang ito, tingnan natin ito. Kahit hindi 180 minutes. Tignan nyo to.
This falling right. Fire, fire,
So, yep.
I look at you.
Okay lang kayo?
Said.
So, yun. It's a 1 minute short film. So, you may have an interpretation of that. But clearly, we have so many stories, di ba? Of a 1 minute short film. So, it's not necessarily na ganun katagal na abot ng 180 180 minutes. It depends. Okay. Although lengths may vary depending on the country in which it's made. Like what I mentioned with you, there's even like a 1 minute short film. Bakit? What is Galgo? Okay. So, aside from appeal scent, another feature is its literary design, which consists of the story ideas and the script. The story ideas include characters, events, and setting, while yung script naman, it includes dialogues and actions of the characters. Yung third feature natin ay visual design, which consists of the arrangement of actors and props. Yung blocking. When you say blocking, like where characters are standing. Sino yung nasa harap, sino yung mga characters sa likod. And actually, guys, yung images ng blocking, it has something to do with it has something to do with the story. Like for example, where the characters in front, where the characters at the back. So, may ganon. Okay? The story ideas include characters, events, and setting. Yung script naman, dialogues, and actions of characters. Yung third feature or yung visual design, it consists of the arrangement of actors and props, yung lighting, yung hair, yung makeup, yung costume. Pumapasok yan sa art department kapag sa film. Di ba kapag nanonood kayo ng film, yung credits, marami siyang department. Yung art department concerned also with that. Costume and set design. Okay? Yung props is a clip for properties, di ba? Yan. Costume and props, costume and properties. Okay? The next feature is called cinematography, which deals with the position, angle, and movement of cameras. Yung cinematography, yung length ng palaba, yung length ng film, yung frame, yung color, doon pinag-uusapan yon. Yung sa editing, sa cinematography, papasok yon. Tapos yung different angles of the camera, papasok. Which deals with the yun. Finally, sound design or ang tawag nila dito sa film ay yung scoring. Sound design deals with the sound and music that we hear, and a movie clip is a short part of a movie, similar with an excerpt that is taken to be exhibited. It can sometimes be a complete scene or sequence. Let's go to the music video. It's a short video that visualizes a song. Okay? Its content may include a combination of the following depending on the type of music a story and its elements, song lyrics at the artist.
Sir? Sir,
Yes.
excuse me daw po. Hindi daw po makapasok daw po yung iba. Kanina pa daw po.
Ah, hindi sila nagre-request to join. Pag nag-request sila, papapasukin ko.
Okay.
Okay. Music video, it's a short video that visualizes a song. Its content may include a combination of the following depending on the type of music video. May a story, may elements, song lyrics, tsaka artist. May music, lighting, props, ayan. Tapos may costume, location, instrument, and process footage. Yung performance music videos focus on the plain performance of the artist, while narrative music videos make use of a story in presenting the song. So, ano ba yung sample ng music video natin? Marami naman tayong music videos in the Philippines, di ba? Or music video Philippines. We have a lot of music videos naman, okay? So, actually, many Filipinos are into music. Are we clear with that? Let's go. Performance music videos focus on the plain performance of the artist, while yung narrative makes use of a story in presenting the song. Can you recall a narrative music video? So, yeah. Pag narrative, parang there's a story being shared, okay? Persuasive naman yung genre kapag kayong videos, they sell products, ideas, or even people. As in the case of a political advertisement, by convincing or converting the viewers to their side. So, you're being convinced to buy a product. For example, parang usually, di ba, ano yan, commercial, Philippines. Tingnan nyo to. Short commercial. Usually, mga commercials, kasi they are paid to promote a certain product. Like, for example, look at this one. Guys, do you hear ba the videos that I show?
Hindi
pa
po, sir.
naririnig.
sir.
You're
Hindi po,
not,
sir.
you're not telling me. Ako lang ba
Hindi,
yung
sir.
nakarinig? Okay, go. Look at this one.
Okay na po.
Inaamin ko na kay tagal pa bago nakalimutan ito. Muntik nang nasanay ako sa aking pag-iisa. At kaya nang iwanan ng bakas ng kahapon ko. Tuloy pa rin ang awit ng buhay ko. Nagbago man ang himig ng puso mo. Handa akong hamunin ang aking mundo pagkatuloy pa rin. Welcome change with the new Burger McDo.
Ayun, so, di ba, maganda siya, may siyang story, narrative siya in a way, pero more on persuasive siya kasi it tells you to buy a product. And in this case, yung burger, the commercial tells you to buy a burger. Kasi di ba, it's like becoming the fad now of sharing a story and at the same time promoting a certain product. And not even that, actually, Jollibee also does that, di ba? It's not only that one. Like, for example, they're also becoming really, really into that one now. Look at this one, people. For the commercials, ha?
Hindi ko makakalimutan ang ngiti mo nung una kitang nakita. Naalala ko nun, sa Jollibee pa lang, sinabi ko na sa sarili ko, she's the one.
Chicken to and upgrade to pineapple juice.
Noon pa lang, alam ko na that you're the one I want to spend the rest of my life with. Kaya pinapangako ko na I will be the man for you. Pinapangako ko na pasasayahin kita. I'll be there whenever you need me. I'll be patient with you at all times. I promise I will never change. Mahal na mahal kita. Gusto ko, ikaw ang pinakamaligaya sa lahat. Kahit hindi naging tayo. I'll always be your best friend.
So yun, for the commercial. So, di ba, you see, yung mga gantong commercial, yung mga gantong works, persuasive siya. Little you know, kasi although it's narrative, yes, pero it persuades you to buy the product that they have, di ba? So, yan. It, not because a work, also remember, not because a work is persuasive doesn't necessarily mean to say that it's purely persuasive. It may, in a way, also be a music video, and at the same time, nagnanarrate siya. Hindi siya limited doon. May naiisip ba kayo na parang music video yung dating, pero it persuades a product? Parang halimbawa, ganito. Music video siya, yes, pero nagpo-promote siya ng product. Di ba? Marami tayo niyan sa Philippines. Parang ganito.
Yay! See you later, Zephanie. See you, Maine. Let's do this. Palmolive girls, come on. Bongo bongo hair bells, bongo hair bells, bongo bongo hair bells, bongo hair.
Ay, ayoko yan. May mas maganda dyan. Here.
Sakote.
Meron ka ba?
So,
Hi guys!
music
It's your
video
girl,
per
Mimi
persuasive.
nga. Oh, yeah. At dahil kumpleto kami ngayon, Family Day is Sinigang Day! Oh yeah, baby!
Asim kinat, meron ka ba? Asim kilap ng pamilya. Asim kilig, gusto ko pang kumain ng sinigang na love namin. Asim kilig, love ng pamilya. Love ng pamilya. Sinigang ang luto ni nanay. Feel na feel namin ang love sa bahay. Kami ni ate, kuya at tatay. Napapasayaw ng sabay-sabay.
Okay na ba kayo guys? Let's do the ating tinignan!
3, 2, 1, go! Asim kinat, meron ka ba?
Okay, so as you see people, for that one, you need to remember that a film is not yung genre of a film. It's not really limited with such. Di ba with the commercial that you saw, it is yes persuasive. It's also product yes, but it may also share a story at the side, and it may also be musical at the side. Similar with what I showed with you people. Oh, look at this one. 'Di ba? With this one, it's yes a commercial. It persuades you to buy a product, a certain product. Pero if you will look at it people, it is musical. So what does that mean? A genre is not limited only to one. There may be works people having two genres joined together. So pwede siyang people music video which is under entertainment but at the same time it is persuasive such that it tells you to buy a product. Are we clear with that, grade 7 people? Erhon?
Yes, sir.
Very good. There's a message.
Yes, sir.
Ayan.
Yes, sir.
Okay, our department head from the English department is here with us today. Can you please greet her? Everybody. everybody, oh, do you already know who is our department head from the English department?
No.
Oh, her
Hindi
name
pa po,
is
sir.
Ma'am Ethel Montoya or Ma'am Montoya. So everybody say, good afternoon, Ma'am Montoya.
Good
Good
afternoon,
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 Ma'am
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 Montoya.
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 Good afternoon, Ma'am Montoya.
Good afternoon, Ma'am Toya.
Okay. Ma'am Montoya. Okay. Not
Ma'am
Toya. Ma'am
Montoya.
Afternoon,
Montoya.
Ma'am
Okay.
Montoya.
She's our department head from Bangkal High School. Every time you see her, it's just right for you to greet our department head. Okay. So are we clear with that? Uh, a work, wait lang, people. Okay. A work may may just have, it's not only limited with one genre. It may be, wait, it may be two, or it may be two genres joined together. Let's go to the next part, people. Let's go for the trailer. Trailer, it's a short advertisement for a movie. Okay? Usually 2 to 3 minutes in length and composed of short scenes that show the characters and some dialogues. Often, it exhibits a part of another movie. One key feature of effective trailers is music because it sets the tone. Another important feature is the voiceover. So, yung trailer, sample din yan, under pa rin siya ng persuasive. Basta persuasive, it tells you to do something. It convinces you to do something pag persuasive yung genre. Okay? Commercial, like what we had a while ago. It's a short advertisement than a trailer. It usually advertises a product. Okay? And usually less than 60 seconds siya. Kasi 'di ba, yung commercials, if it will be aired people on a TV, they pay millions or a hefty amount of money for that. Okay? Ah, ma'am, if you can hear me, you can't open the cam. You can exit po then rejoin. Guys, also this applies to everyone ha. If you're having a problem with microphone or you're having a problem with the speaker or if you're having a problem with the camera, you can leave and then rejoin, okay? Yeah. Let's go to the commercial. Okay, let's go to the internet. Thanks to the internet, viewing materials have become very accessible almost anywhere and anytime as long as you have a gadget and an internet access. Because of these, viewing materials may be accessed as internet-based programs, and these are videos, shows, series, films, and the likes that can be viewed through online video platforms. This technological advancement has changed our way of watching videos. IE means id est, Latin term for that is in English, from the traditional TV-based programs to online streaming. Yung social media like Facebook, IG, and Twitter, as well as online streaming services like Netflix and YouTube, offer an incredible number of viewing texts or materials of all genres and subgenres one can think of. But so remember these people, if you have one genre of a film, it does not necessarily mean to say that it's not limited to be joined with other genres. Kasi there are like for other genres people, romance and comedy. So, di ba pag ginoin yan, nagiging romance and comedy. So, there are many drama, for example. Tapos may comedy. So, it can also be joined, drama and comedy. Although it's like challenging in the part of the writer and at the same time the director and the characters. But there are movies that exist like that. But why do you think, if I would ask you, why do you think it's important to study the different genres? Kasi if you look at the different genres people, nandito siya ha, halimbawa, I wrote a topic about this people before. I'd like you to see the other genres listed. We may have it here. Ah, eto, tingnan niyo itong, this is just for comedy. These are the major genres people. Action. When you say action, ito yung people are like fighting with one another. Parang, ano bang action? Yung Transformers also. It's, di ba, in Transformers, grabe yung action, di ba? So, it's an action, ang genre nun, action film. Pag adventure yung film, there's a story. Tapos, parang they are on a quest, they are trying to solve a problem. Tapos, one character or the main character would have a magic and they try to resolve something. That's an adventure film. Parang no, um, in the Philippines, the one with the with the ang Panday, 'di ba? Panday is also somehow it's an adventure film, 'di ba? There's like a story and all. Comedy naman yung film kapag it it makes you laugh, okay? It's intended to make you laugh over something. And there are different types of comedy, oh. Okay? Crime also, we have that. And then drama, like what I told you, yung parang somehow at a point of it, it would help you to relate with the characters. Fantasy naman yung genre, kapag there are like magic or supernatural characteristics that characters have, people. Historical, if like the work people show a historical event. Halimbawa, yung sabi nila Red Badge of Courage also, although it's a work of fiction, it's like it's similar to a particular historical event. So, what are the other historical events that you can think of? Yung in the Philippines, yung we're making stories of heroes, di ba? Uh, yung kay what's the story of Emilio Aguinaldo? The title of that one. Do you know? Can you hear me, people? What's the title of that one? Of that movie? The, the story of Emilio Aguinaldo, or the stories of different heroes or movies of different heroes, it would fall under historical. Kaya nga they need to have researchers as they are making films like that. Horror also, if it's intended to uh, for you to feel afraid about, I mean, 'di ba suspense, yung pag horror siya, it would nakakatakot siya, like mga poltergeist, ganyan. Yan. Pero there's so many different romance also is also one. And sci-fi. Pag sci-fi, parang a phenomenon in science, tapos they try to make a story or a movie out of it. Okay? There are so many different genres, but the genres that we're having are the basic ones. Okay? So let's go back here. Quick check. Now, why don't we practice with an example? Let's watch this video and try to identify its genre type based on its features. So let's look at this one and tell me what genre is this, okay? Wait, we need to click on this one. Tapos let's try to identify what genre is this, okay? Can you hear me? Grade, wait lang, grade 7? Oh, let's identify the genre of this film.
Alam mo ba that a kid's body defense is mostly dependent on his tummy health? That's why he needs your best protection. But how do you do that? Let me tell you a story. Once upon a tummy, there lived a gazillion bacteria. There were good bacteria and bad bacteria. Lagi silang at war. At kapag outnumbered ang good bacteria, the kingdom of the tummy is thrown off balance. And the little prince becomes weak and vulnerable. Oh no! Para protektado siya, he needs more good bacteria than bad. But where else can Queen Mommy get more good bacteria? From Nido 3 Plus. It's the only milk na may Lactobacillus protectus on top of essential nutrients. Lactobacillus protectus is like an army of good bacteria, specially developed by the smart scientists of Nestle Research. And these millions of good bacteria can be found in every glass of Nido 3 Plus. So when the bad bacteria attack, the Lactobacillus protectus stands guard to help protect the tummy. And with Mommy's tender loving care and proper nutrition, the little prince can live laking amazing ever after. Laking Nido, protektado.
So what do you think is the sample, what do you think is the genre of that film? Yung short film na yon. People, let's call on some people to answer for that one. Alisa Habana, what do you think is the genre of that film that we watched? Alisa.
Parang war lang po, sir.
War? Okay, if you were, oh, how about the other people? Thank you for that, Eliza War. How about the other people? Let's go.
Persuasive po.
Persuasive. Why do you think so? Krian.
Po nagpo-promote po sila ng bagay po na para po bilhin ng mga tao, ng
Oh,
mga viewers.
very good. Nagpo-promote sila of a certain product. So that would fall under persuasive. But like what I mentioned with you people, not because it's persuasive, it means to say that it's persuasive under commercial under persuasive, di ba? But not because it's commercial under persuasive doesn't necessarily mean to say that it would only be limited to such. Kasi it also narrated a story. So, di ba stories sell and they apply that also with when it comes to selling products. So are we clear with that? That not there are times that a certain work may be purely persuasive, but that does not mean to say that a work may only be purely persuasive. Some works kasi may also be entertaining at the same time persuasive. So it really it really is something that we need to take note of. Okay? So we tried already to answer that. Okay. The answers will be discussed in the next paragraph. So before you continue, try to reflect on the question. This way you'll be able to check your understanding. Feel free to go back. Okay. Processing question. Number one. What genre does a video belong to? It belongs to the genre of persuasion or commercial. What specific type does it fall under? It falls under, di ba, persuasive and commercial in particular. What features characterize the video under such genre and type? What are the characteristics of a commercial people? If I would ask you. Di ba usually you see commercials when you watch on YouTube or when you watch on TV, on national TV? Anong usually characteristics people of a commercial? Kayo, if I would ask you, grade 7, anong usual characteristics ng commercials? Parang ang tahimik. Let's show your camera, di ba? So that I would be able to see you sitting down properly. That's a rule that I already told you. Okay. Other people, nako, they're not showing themselves to the camera. Okay. Andre, what's the usual characteristics of commercials you've seen so far?
Ano po sir, nag-entertain po sila para po bilhin po yung product na ina-advertise nila.
Okay, very good. They are usually entertaining so that their products would be bought by people. Okay, or will be bought by people. Very good. Oh, let's go to the next part. If you categorize it as a commercial, for which we were able to do so under the persuasive genre, you're definitely right. Oh, we are right. What about the features? When you say features, characteristics. Were you able to identify the characteristics, which we already able to do? It's like it shares something that would entertain people to be hooked. Yung hook, di ba, parang ganun. So to be hooked is for your attention to be grabbed or to be caught. What characteristics common to commercials did you observe in the video? And one of the features you might have noticed right at the start is the pleasant voiceover that talks directly to the viewers. It talks to you if you're like watching it. It catches your attention, and it engages you as you listen, even if you're not responding. Another feature you might have thought of is the use of effective audiovisual effects by combining animation, sound, text, and pleasing color combinations. It makes use of a story to make an explanation. And you might have also noticed the disclaimer, which is common among advertisements. Like yung disclaimer, like there's no guarantee or no approved therapeutic claims for some commercials, di ba? Those are samples of disclaimers. Okay? Which is common among advertisements. And at the bottom part of the video, a text is put explicitly stating that the product is not for infants, nor it's meant to replace breast milk. Last, but perhaps the most important of all, is the name of the product being advertised and the best things the manufacturer claims you can get from it. After all, it's a commercial and we know that it's there to sell. So, for the commercial, they are very, very careful with it. Also, in terms of the colors that they're using. As you see when you're watching the commercial, it shares colors of the product that they are selling. So there are different activities that you will do. I'll be telling with you what are the activities that you need to do. For activity one, classifying viewing text through their features, here you will classify the following viewing text according to their genre and type. Based on the description provided, you are to justify your answers by citing at least two characteristics or features of the viewing text that can be found in the description. Let's have number one as a sample for you to answer. It's a video that talks about a smart device company and its belief in connections that know no distance that know no distance and connections that thrive when we all come together. So basically selling a product. It says that it will help you connect with those who matter through their Together 2020 promo. So what do you think is the genre of this particular film, if ever, or this text? It will fall under what? And it talks about the product. It of course it tells you to buy this product. So where will this fall then? People, tawag tayo. Ah, Reese Jalen, where do you think this particular commercial this particular genre would fall? This particular text would fall. What genre? Anong genre siya?
Uh,
O merong pinopromote na product. Tapos, yun. Tapos it tells you na may promo sila or may promotion. So what do you think is the genre of this? Ito yung purpose niya ha. Anong ano to, genre to? Reese Jalen. How about the other people? Walang camera yung iba. Mag-attendance tayo in a little while. Korean. What genre do you think will this one fall under?
Persuasive po, ulit.
Persuasive, and then under persuasive, where will it fall? Diba meron dalawa sa persuasive? Meron siyang thriller tsaka commercial. Saan to magpo-fall?
Commercial.
Very good, commercial, kasi it promotes a certain product. So kayo, if you were to watch that, sino yung intended audience niyan? Pag intended audience, para kanino siya? Para kanino siya? So sino yung intended audience dito? Or parang what group is it intended for? Yung gumagamit ng smart device company or smartphone, halimbawa, which are usually young people and people across all walks of life. But most, I mean, most of the time, people that would be the young people, the young generation. Okay, so you will be answering that one. People, if you will answer, remember you will upload that in our drive. I shared the link already on your YouTube. I mean on your messenger. Did I? Do you already have the link for the Google Drive?
yes.
Very
Yes,
good.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Are you using it?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
This is
sir.
sir.
what grade and section?
Yes,
Grade
sir.
7.
Matapat.
Okay.
Matapat.
Let's check if you who already uploaded their files from the last time.
Ako po, sir.
Let's check
Opo.
What's the I need to wait. I need to sign in with my other account kasi I can only sign in with my DepEd Makati email. So basically, you cannot access that if you're not logged in with your Makati DepEd email, okay? Or DepEd Makati email. So these are the purposes of viewing text to inform. So yung mga viewing text that inform, they give factual information about a person, animal, thing, place, event, or phenomenon or issue. Okay? So yun. To entertain naman kapag it amuses you. Okay? But if it's to persuade, it convinces you to do something. Okay? Are we clear on that? So now we discuss the different genres and the different purposes. So dito tayo. Of the three main purposes of viewing text, ito yung three main purposes to inform, to entertain, and to persuade. To inform, to give factual information. To entertain is to amuse you. Diba? To persuade is to convince you to believe into something. Like to buy, for example. So of the three main purposes of viewing text, which one does the video try to do? Okay, yung video that you watched. If I would ask you people, ano sa tingin niyo yung yung pinanood ninyo about Nido? Saan siya? To inform, to entertain, or to persuade?
To persuade.
Okay, to
Persuade, sir.
persuade. You need to
Grade
remember
po.
grade 7, not because a work persuades you, doesn't necessarily mean to say hindi siya pwede mag-inform. Pag nag-inform siya, it will just share you all the information. Pero hindi lang certain product. It will share different products. That's a way to inform. Pero pag nag-persuade siya, nagpe-present na siya ng product and he or she is telling na prefer to buy that product or to subscribe to that product. That's what makes persuading different with informing. Persuade if you're using information to convince people. Informing, you're just presenting information for one person to be informed or to know for one person to know something on some for one person to know on something or to know about something. Okay, clear tayo doon. What details, features, or themes of the video help you to identify? Yung video that you watched, what helped you to find out na ano siya, na persuasive or to persuade yung kanyang purpose? People. Grade 7. Ano yung nagbigay sa inyo ng idea na to persuade yung kanyang purpose? Pwede namang iba.
Nagpo-promote po kasi ng item.
Very good. Nagpo-promote siya ng item. And in a way, it implies for you to buy the product. It indirectly tells you to buy the product. Here, you are to infer the purpose of the viewing text. Papanoorin niyo yung mga videos na ito, yung nakikita ninyo sa baba. Tapos, i-observe niyo yung language na ginamit, yung images, yung sound, tsaka yung other aspects na ginamit. Tapos, i-identify niyo yung purpose. Ano bang purpose niya? To inform, to persuade, or to entertain, ilalagay nyo yun dito. Tapos, i-justify ninyo. Also, gusto ko lang sabihin sa inyo, if like for example, you encounter a text, dalawa siya, halimbawa, nagpe-persuade siya, tsaka nag-inform siya, piliin nyo kung saan siya mas, mas mabigat. Like for example, kanina, it's more of persuading than informing. Nag-inform siya about yung health, about something about good and bad bacteria. But basically, the narrator led the viewers or lead viewers, the narrator leads viewers to the idea na buy this milk or buy this product. So persuasive siya. Kahit informative yung ginamit niyang means for that. Okay? So, ang intended audience natin, pwedeng sa age. Malalaman niyo yan sa language. Like for example, what kind of language yung ginamit dun sa commercial. Ma-identify ninyo what age is it appropriate for. Yung sex for male or female or for LGBTQ. Okay? Socioeconomic status, yung profession or vocation, religion and interest. Malalaman nyo yan dun sa kind of words na ginagamit doon sa mismong commercial, for example, or dun sa film mismo. Okay? Whom do you think is the product for? Who will most likely buy the product? Kapag ka-commercial ito, was there any mention of the target viewers specified? Are there other details or features of the video that give us clues as to who the target audience is? Specify. So remember ha, yun yung mga ways natin para malaman yung target, yung intended audience. Kasi kunyari, may product ito. Sino bang gumagamit ng product nito? Yun yung intended audience niya. Or halimbawa, yung language niya na ginagamit. Yung ganong uri ng language, para kanino yun appropriate or fitted. Or like for example, yung mga images na pinakita niya, kanino fitted yun. So, dun yung malaman kung para kanino yung intended and the message itself. Yung actual message itself. Looking at the actual message, you would know para kanino ba yung work na yun. Okay? Identifying the intended audience of viewing text. So, i-identify ninyo yung intended audience dito. I-justify ninyo bakit. Halimbawa, sasabihin ninyo, kasi yung kind of language na ginamit, kunyari, commercial about shampoo. Di ba, shampoo, although ginagamit siya ng lalaki and babae, laging binibenta sa babae. Napapansin nyo ba yon? So, i-justify ninyo para kanino yung shampoo na binibenta. Para sa anong age group, or para sa female ba to, or bakit sa tingin ninyo para sa female yung intended audience nun? I-justify ninyo. Okay tayo doon? Pag justify, ipapaliwanag ninyo bakit yun yung in-identify ninyong audience for that. Okay? Next tayo. Yung ano yung natutunan ninyo. The different genres of viewing text and their distinguishing features. So ilalagay ninyo, pag natutunan ninyo, I've learned it, check, X kapag ka hindi. Kapag ka-easy naman, check nyo to. Pag difficult, dito nyo i-check. Okay, good tayo doon. Pwede kayo mag-comment about this module as well in terms of your experience you will share. Anong pwede nyong gawin at this point in time? remember the video that you like very much. Tapos ika-classify niyo yun with its genre and type. You will identify its purpose. 'Di ba genre pwedeng romance, comedy, action, adventure, um, entertainment, mga ganun. Marami, 'di ba? So, pwede yung ilagay yung genre. Tapos yung type niya. Halimbawa, ayun. Tapos yung purpose niya. Kunyari, type, commercial, or halimbawa, short film, or halimbawa, song. Iba't ibang genres na to bale. Tapos anong purpose niya? To inform ba, to persuade, or to entertain? Sino yung intended audience niya? Para kanino yon? Ano yung characteristics niya? Yung features tumutukoy sa mga katangian ng work na yon. Tapos sasagutan niyo tong assessment. Na i-check ko rin, bali i-upload niyo lang sa drive niyo. Lagyan ng name ang bawat page para hindi tayo mag-copy paste lang sa iba, okay? Kasi ko-complete niyo ito, halimbawa, dito naman maghahanap kayo ng text na pwede doon. Halimbawa, maghanap kayo ng text na informational, na news or news flash, ilalagay niyo yung title dito nung palabas na yun. Or pwede yung link, halimbawa. Kasi ilalagay niyo yung description, bakit niya nasabing nagpo-fall siya under sa news or news flash. Ganon din yung sa documentary. Pag nilagay niyo yung title dito, bakit bakit siya documentary? Ano bang katangian ng documentary? 'Di ba? It shares a story from the lens of from the lens of an insider. Sometimes ganun na documentary, 'di ba? Okay. So doon nag-end yung ating doon nag-end ang ating module number 2. So by tomorrow, grade 7 matapat, you will be given the time to answer the module. Tapos, if you have concerns, yan, you may inquire for me by Friday kasi yun yung online consultation time natin. 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Are there questions before we close the session? This session that we have, we will be uploading this on YouTube as well. May tanong ba kayo? Although, if I were to share dito sa module na to, hindi na share lahat ng genres eh. Pero okay lang kasi, di ba, you're just like beginning. Pero marami pang uri ng genres. Yung tulad ng nabanggit ko kanina, yung romance, yung adventure, action, fantasy, yan. Pero pwede siyang maghalo. Halimbawa, fantasy, tapos adventure. Parang yung Enteng Kabisote, di ba? Adventure siya at the same time, fantasy. Kasi fantasy, may mga magic yung mga characters. Adventure kasi they are on a quest. They have a problem, tapos alongside, they need to resolve that. Tapos, yun. Other questions for Module 2, grade, grade, grade 7.
Sir, saan po sasagutan? Paper o sa mismo pong module?
Sa module nyo mismo sasagutan yan, bawat page lagyan ng pangalan, i-upload sa link na prinobide ko sa inyo, sa Google Drive link ninyo. Ano pang questions? Dito kayo mag-raise ng
Thank you.
questions. Okay, para hindi tayo paulit-ulit. What are the other questions you have? Grade 7, matyaga, I will be handling them by 2:20. So at this point of time, nandito pa tayo sa matapat, extended time. Questions, people? Other questions? People?
No, sir. No.
Okay. I'll just leave the room open.
None, sir.
Okay.